All right, welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. I'm an award-winning fractional chief operating officer with an exclusive clientele of 6 and 7-figure CEOs. However, I have a mission, and that mission includes you, small business owners and entrepreneurs who are spinning their wheels and struggling to get to their first 6 figures in business. I want to show you how to make the money and create time freedom. That's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. I'll spare you the details of the journey, but just know I am living my best life and working my best business currently in Mexico. All right, let's get started. So Blog Talk has already released, so you know exactly the subtopic we're talking about. But all this week, we have been talking about AI for small business. It all starts with the blog. So go to shaycannon.com/AI to see the blog. And let me tell you, you might want to go ahead and pull it up now because it's one of those listicles, right? List articles. And there are a bunch of lists in it. So you'll never remember. So use the article as reference, even while we're talking, to help cement it in your head. Okay. shaycannon.com/AI. Now, AI for small business. On Monday, what happened was we got started. And let me tell you what made me think about this stuff. I am immersed in AI right now. I use a lot of AI tools, my favorite of which is ChatGPT, because I almost feel like I owe it some stuff. Let me tell you, ChatGPT done did stuff for me and my business that a lot of people haven't done, all right? So love me some ChatGPT. Now, what I realized over the weekend was I am in a bubble of people in the know. Right? I am in a bubble of people who are actively using AI, actively using ChatGPT, which, by the way, is not the only AI. And most entrepreneurs are not even aware. Some of you may have heard of it and you're like, oh, it's coming. It's going to take over like Terminator. It's going to be Skynet. Not so, right? And so a lot of you, what I understand is you're not close enough to it to reap the benefits of what AI can do for your business. In fact, some of you have been hearing the age-old scare tactic that, oh, it's going to take people's jobs. Y'all know they always say that, right? Something's going to take people's jobs. Well, let me tell you, it's true. AI can take your job. Because what's going to happen is not that AI can replace you, but if you are one of the people in your industry not using AI, then you will be obsolete and outdated. Okay, so it's not that AI can replace your expertise and your professionalism. What it is AI will make that even better, save you money, save you time, help your business to make more money. And so through all of that, that's what will make you obsolete. Okay, now that's also the reasons why you need it. So one of my tech gurus is Chris L. Davis of Automation Bridge. What he says and what he taught me a long time ago is that people don't purchase tech, they hire tech. Okay. Do y'all feel that switch in your mind? Okay. You hire tech. Let me give you another switch in your mindset. I have found that not only is that true, but in working with entrepreneurs of several revenue ranges, right? Not only do entrepreneurs hire tech, they hire tech before they hire people. Okay. So you cannot afford to be left behind with any tech that can help your business. You can't afford it. Okay. Especially for the people who I serve, service-based businesses who are struggling to get to your first 6 figures. Tech could be a huge help, a huge push up in that. Okay. So that's why this is important. Good morning, Keith Munn over here on the business page. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Okay. So I have talked about tech before. I've talked about the digital divide and how technology is helping us to close the gap on efficiency, funds, and revenue that bigger businesses are able to bring in because they have more resources, right? But tech allows us, okay, to close that gap. Good morning, Dry Buzz. We see you. We see you. And so let me explain something to you, how AI is revolutionary. But I know it's a lot of AI out there. I know it's a lot out there. I know that some of you don't even know where to begin. That's why I'm starting you where it will be most impactful, your client journey. Okay. So if you don't know, a service-based client journey, a basic one has 6 phases. It has an awareness phase. That's basically your marketing. How do people come into awareness of you? How do they know you're existing? Okay. Your inquiry phase. How do they inquire about your service? The purchase phase. How do they buy the service? The onboarding phase, which a lot of you are missing. Get it together. Okay. Catch yesterday's replay. We went in deep. Y'all better thank Teray because her question made me pull up one of my onboarding documents. Okay. It was damn near a masterclass in onboarding yesterday. Catch yesterday's replay. Okay. Now, then we have our servicing phase, and then we have the offboarding phase. A lot of y'all don't have that either, but we're going to talk about that tomorrow. But today we're going to talk about the servicing phase. So let me tell you how to go backwards though. On Monday, we talked about the awareness phase and the inquiry phase. Go to Monday's replay. Yesterday, we talked about the purchase phase and the onboarding phase. Catch that replay again. Thanks to Ray, she made us go deeper. Okay, questions are important. Today, we're going to talk about this service phase, all right? And the AI categories and tools you can be using. Let me remind you of something. None of this is an exhaustive list. This is just where you can start. Okay. I want you to do your research. I want you to look at your own client journey, look at what you have in place, what you need in place, where you need help. Research what AI is out there for you. That's your job. Okay. My job is to introduce you to it, not give you an exhaustive list. All right. But we have a great list. It's long. Okay. So what I did was I broke the service phase down into a few categories. Productivity. You can use Notion. It is a notebook, task management, project creation, and collaboration tool, okay? Notion. AI agent. It'll help you with your workflow. Some of y'all don't know how to go from one thing to another with a flow, okay? You're wasting time, you're squirreling out, whatever. AI agent, okay? Then we have research. Now, this is where our good friend ChatGPT, this is where I fit it. Why? Because it can solve damn near anything. I'm quite sure it probably can even solve the problem in your marriage, but see to Ray about it anyway. So research category, okay? ChatGPT, because it can solve damn near anything. Slide Speak, it summarizes and answers questions, okay? So you can put in a PowerPoint deck, you can put in a PDF, even of a book, even of your client notes, all these things, okay? And what it's gonna do is it's gonna summarize it for you, and then you can ask the AI questions about the information. What? What are you talking about? What? So it's just like having an assistant saying, get somebody else to do it. I don't want to read it. You read it and tell me about it. That's your assistant that's going to do that for you, right? And then for small, well, I'm just going to say it summarizes notes also. You got summarizing tool is another AI. So imagine that you wrote these extensive notes in your client sessions and you just want to give a summary back to the client as a report. These tools can help you to do that. Right? You don't have to worry about trying to go back through and bullet point and remember. Put your full notes in there, let it summarize it, send that to the client as their report, okay? We got Feedly. Feedly is going to help you with news, research, trends, and roundups about any subject matter that you are trying to keep an eye on, okay? It can just go out on the web and figure out what's being talked about, what's happening new, and give you a little report on it, okay? Janae, aonipo.com. Okay, those are other researchers. Let's get into some writers because some of y'all need to hire Heather, but you refuse. And so let's get some writing that's possibly more grammarly correctly than you. Okay, so you got your Jasper AI, you got your Write Sonic, you got your Genie AI. Okay, because I want you to know there are a lot of people who say they don't know how to write, but they have genius in their brain and they just need help getting it out. Is that you? Because if so, you just need an AI writer to help you to get it out. Now, that might not be your final product, but at least it helped you get it out, okay? Now, grammar and content checkers. Grammar, you got Grammarly, right? And let me tell you how I'm so glad that little floating G that they got that be in the way, they finally allowed you to move that thing out the way, because I use Grammarly all the time. I am not even ashamed how many red underlined words be in my stuff that it catches for me. I appreciate it, right? But what about content checkers? Because again, we're using these AI writers more and more. So we need some content checkers, something to tell you, hey, where did they get that from? Is that plagiarized? Are you doing it just like that? You didn't switch it up? Nothing? You didn't edit it? Nothing? Well, let's check it, right? And you also wanted to check it to see, does it sound like it was written by a robot, right? So you can use these content checkers. You got WordTune, you got Pro Writing Aid, you got Quillbot, you got Zero GPT. Okay. Then I'm giving you some email inbox management. Let me tell you how not only am I not embarrassed, I'm a little bit proud that I got like 50,000 something stuff in my inbox. I don't care, but hey, maybe one day I should. So email inbox management, you got SaneBox, you got Email Tree, you got reply.io. Let me tell you about reply.io. It can help you to actually reply to people from your email inbox. It manages it that well. Check it out, okay? Lavender.ai, superhuman, okay? Then I put in a miscellaneous thing called Featherly. And what that does is it builds customizable forms without code, okay? So this is your servicing phase where the money is made. This is the phase where when people jump into business and start selling stuff, this might be the only phase they got, okay? It might be the only phase they got. Now they have a purchase phase. Somebody paid them, but they don't have processes around it. They just accept and payment the best they can, and they jump right into servicing. Okay. So I don't care who you are. If you're a service-based business, it's right there in the name. You're servicing. This phase is highly important. Okay. Those of you who don't even have a nice structure with processes and SOPs, you working the heck out this service phase. So you need help here, even if you don't have help anywhere else. Right? So, ladies, your question for the day is, do you see where any of these tools that I have named can help you with your servicing phase? And do you know of any more you want to share with the people? Okay. So I'm going to talk to Heather. Okay. Heather.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to add a little something before I get started.
Oh, shit. Okay.
No, it's not bad. It's good.
No, you always say it's not bad because it's not bad to you, but for the rest of us who have
no, this is not bad for you this time.
Okay.
Okay. Because one thing that I did not name that has that is a part of the servicing phase, or should be, are project management systems, right?
Oh, yeah.
That is because most of them have AI incorporated in them now. They're not necessarily AI. The closest to it was Notion. Right? Notion is not necessarily a project management system. That's why I said project creation and collaboration, right? Because it doesn't have all the tools. But your favorite project management system, Asana, Trello, Monday, name one, probably has an AI component in it, just like the pay processors that I named yesterday. So project management system probably got AI in it. Right? But as far as the servicing is concerned, from the list that I gave, what is something that will be helpful for you in your business? And do you know of anything else you want to share with the people?
So I use ChatGPT. You already know that. We've become very close.
Yes.
And I use Grammarly also in editing because it never hurts to have an AI set of eyes helping.
Well, let's stop right there though, because see, you are an editor, right? And so can we go ahead and emphasize that Grammarly and things like it are doing a light proofreading, and that's different than editing? Can you stop for a moment and explain to people the difference?
Sure. And thank you for that. So what Grammarly does is it basically, like when you're, I don't know how many people still use Word, but Google Docs does the same thing, right? Like if it catches a word that feels like it's wrong, misspelled, it's the wrong tense, whatever, it'll highlight it in some way. Grammarly does the same thing, but it goes through and even does like punctuation and stuff like that. What it does not have is nuance. So it cannot tell you that the paragraphs flow from one to the next, that your transitions are smooth and your ideas and the way you've laid out your whatever it is taking your readers on a journey, right? Like it can't tell you that. It can't catch inconsistencies or incongruencies, right? So like if you mention somebody or a concept, let's say Shay talks about concepts and tools and things, like let's say she mentions it in a blog post, I'm just using it as an example, but then she doesn't and she names like 10 others and she tells us what all 10 of those are, but she leaves that one out. Like she just names them, she doesn't tell us about it. Grammarly's not going to catch that, right? So that's why editing is having a human plus an AI machine learning tool. The combination is really powerful.
Yes, it is. And let me tell you something else. One of the things, I write books, right? And one of the things I always have to tell my editor is the things to watch out for that I know I do. I mix tense, right? But I might start talking in past tense and then all of a sudden I'm in future tense or I'm in present. I do that a lot, right? So I tell my editors, watch out for that. I use the word you a lot. you should, you, right? And so I tell my editors that. Now, the crazy thing about that is Grammarly would never pick that stuff up.
No,
Never.
and it also won't
Because I spelled it correctly and I used it correctly in the sentence. But for the like as Heather said, for the flow of it, though, I sound like a dumbass. So just so you know.
No, you're not wrong. Like a friend of mine had me proof her master's thesis. She started every single sentence in this long ass paragraph. First of all, it took up the whole freaking page with the.
Oh Lord, yeah.
And so in the margin, I was like, the editor is distracted by all the thes at the beginning of the sentences.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
Well, let's get back to the AI tools. I just wanted to throw that in there because I know some people, y'all need clarification. So go ahead, Heather. What also, AI tools are you using and that you could use from the list? And is there anything that you are using that was not in the list that you'd like to share?
Yeah, so I work in Google Docs just because it's easier. But Google has a talk to text feature. Mm-hmm. And so if you don't really want to write, like you don't want to type or you don't want to write by hand, whatever, I think those talk to text tools are super handy. You still have to go back through and like correct and read and all that stuff because how you pronounce something may not be how the tool hears it, whatever. But I do think talk to text is a tool that people are not using enough.
Love it. Love it. All righty. Teray, you have serviced in many businesses before. You're going to service when you start coaching. Which of these tools do you find will be great when you start the service? And do you know of one that maybe you want to share that was not listed?
Wow. It's a big list. And I'm looking at it right now and I'm printing it because like you said, this is one of those printables. But yes. I need a tool from every single category. Like every time you mention the kid, you're like research, this, that, writing, all of it. I can add it in my bundle and charge more for it just because, and afterwards you'll get a summary of it into your inbox the next day. Like all of it. Like it's a game changer, a money maker. It's all of it.
Mm-hmm. What if, let me tell y'all this, because we did one thing that wasn't in there that Teray just made me think about is most often we have these Zoom meetings, right? And what Zoom has now done is it has an AI component that summarizes the meeting and sends it to you in a PDF, right? Whether you like that version or not, what if you sent your audio or your video to a transcription, right? And then put that transcription in one of the AIs that summarizes it. And now you have that to go along with the transcription, right? So it's almost like we have a whole VA out here for some of our long YouTube videos, for some of our workshops, for some of our meetings that are long. Like, thank you, Teray. Because like we need to be thinking about how we can use all of this stuff for more things. So shout out to Teray on that. Tracy, which one of these tools we talked about today do you feel like would be helpful? And do you know of any more that you would like to share with the people?
Sure. I'm already using Chat GPT a lot. I think Featherly is going to be really good for me. Just to customize forms for my business. But I also found a list of AI skills for design, which was Pig AI and
put that in the chat or spell it.
Okay, Piggy AI. And then Galileo, Galileo, and I'll put it in the chat. But then there was also one for images. We talked about Midjourney, but there's also one called Pebbly and Magic Studio.
Yep.
That I'm going to check out and use for that. So
yes, please go on our Facebook group and put all of those in there under the share of the broadcast for me, please.
Okay.
Cool beans. Dr. LaFera, which of the AI tools for this service phase do you see that will be helpful with your business? And do you have any more that you would like to share with the people?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I like the one that you were talking about the newsfeed scrubbers, because a lot of times I'm looking for stuff, funny stuff to share with my audience, and Google Alerts doesn't really help me that much.
Yeah.
And it's only one of me. So I'm gonna look and see what you said that one was. And
Feedly.
Bee what?
Feedly.
Oh,
Feedly.
Feedly. Yeah, so Feedly, that's one. And then I need help with my emails because it's getting crazy. So the ones that help scrub the email or reply or whatever, manage email inbox, that. And then the one with the creating forms, like if I do go back to coaching, which people are asking me to, I could create customizable forms, and even create my own AI. Like you can use Chat GPT. I just found out yesterday you can create your own AI using Chat GPT. So I was gonna use that to come up with a way to help me to get through like what's wrong with somebody quicker.
Love it.
Like when they put in information, help me to figure out like, what I need to do for them quicker.
I love that. And we
As a
talked about
coach.
assessments yesterday, right? But
We
now we
did.
have another tool to use for it. So
Mhm.
awesome. Cool beans, Dr. LaFero. All right, Ms. Demetra, for the servicing phase, which of these AIs do you see that will be valuable for your servicing phase? And do you know of any more that you want to share with the people? Uh-oh, Demetra, if you're talking to us, you're on mute. There you go.
I am here. Sorry, I had to get back to the phone. Yes, Feedly is one that in your list that looks very interesting. So I can keep up with the current trends in reading. So every couple of years, something's going to change in regards to reading. Right now, is the science of reading is the big thing that's out there. So I like to keep up with those trends. And there was another one. Just give me a second, pull it up. Slide Speak.
Yes.
Slide Speak seems to be very interesting. So I want to look into that a little bit more. Don't know why, but I think it could be very, very useful.
I think so too, because in academia, y'all have a lot of reading to do so that you can then employ what you've learned to help children learn. And so I think that could help you with that easily. So just think about how you might have even books, right? Books, what do you call them? White papers, all that stuff, have something else read it for you. It's basically creating cliff notes for you, right?
Yeah.
And then the one that will even answer questions. Come on now, like we can't get better than that. You mean tell me you're gonna summarize and give me the cliff notes and answer any questions I have about any clarifications I need? Yes.
Yes.
So yes, most definitely.
Okay.
Kimberly is probably at work. And so Kimberly, you can put in the chat for us. And Dewana, so out of these AIs that we shared, what do you think will be of value for your servicing phase? And do you know of any more that you want to share with the people?
Yeah, so I actually just started playing around with some last night on Chat GPT because I'm really needing to get my recipes and everything formatted. So that's what I started using it, Chat GPT for last night, just to help me get my recipes formatted. So this is like my baby journey into AI. I'm dipping my toe in the well. So here we go.
Cool beans. I need it.
That was it.
Tracy, I see you tried to make another post. Put it under the broadcast for me so that people know what it goes with. Please, ma'am, just cut and paste for me.
Okay.
All right. So I love that for you, Dewana. And so I feel like if you have them all typed out somewhere, like even that summary one could possibly help you to categorize stuff. So y'all know how our genius be working, right? And we just be taking notes and we just be doing stuff, typing up stuff. And so if you are one to like brainstorm and you type up your brainstorms, you could definitely put it in there and have it summarize your brainstorms and start asking it questions on how to categorize or put into collection all of your brainstorms so that things that should go together are now put together, right? I love that. I love that. Let's go to Glow. Glow, are you available to come off the mic and tell us which from the list? And if you guys need the list, again, it's at the blog, shaycannon.com/AI. Okay. So Glow, from the list that we talked about for the service phase, what do you see that you can use for your service phase? And do you know of any more that you would like to share with the people?
I gotta go look at the list that you put in the blog post, and hey ladies, and I should be able to give you an answer. But what I was getting ready to put in the chat is that Snapchat also has its own AI as well too. So I don't know if you all use Snapchat or anything like that in that matter, but it has
But
AI.
tell us what it does. Tell us how to use it.
Well, basically, like, it's right there in your messages. Like, if you were to DM somebody, and you can just go in and just ask it questions, just like how you can do it on not Jack, Chat GPT. You can do it. That's crazy. I gotta say it slow, but you can do it. It works just like that. It's your personal helper. So I've used it like a couple of times just to ask it questions. That's all, I just to play around with it.
Love it. Love it. Okay. I'm trying to answer Dr. LaFair's question in the chat about which ones were the brainstorming. And so it was slide speak and summarizing tool were the ones that can take stuff in and summarize it. Okay. But the one that can actually answer questions about what was summarized is slide speak. All right. Cool beans. Dr. Tachi just got here. So it would be unfair to ask Dr. Tachi which tool she would use in her business because she didn't hear the list. But Dr. Tachi, you can go to shaycannon.com/AI for the list, of course. So what we're going to do is let you be the first to weigh in on this new information that I'm about to give everybody, which is what I know is service-based businesses have obstacles with their service phase. Okay. Because a lot of us are not structured the right way. We don't have COOs. We just jumped in. We started servicing and taking money for our service. Right. So what I want to do is go through the list of common obstacles that service-based businesses have with their service phase, and then suggest some more AI for y'all. So now you got to listen because this is not in the blog. Okay. So Dewana said also, I discovered Bing has an AI component and I was playing around with it, asking questions as well. So Dewana, if you have the paid version of ChatGPT, ChatGPT 4.0, Bing is in there. So anything that you're asking ChatGPT, it is also pulling from Bing. So just so that you know that also. All right, so let's go on this list. Common obstacles service-based businesses have with their service phase and AI that can help you. Pay attention, all right? Lack of a clear value proposition, okay? Lack of a clear value proposition. Failing to clearly communicate their unique value proposition can make it challenging to attract and retain clients. That ain't even the right phase, but ChatGPT can help you with that, okay? ChatGPT can help you with that. Now, that ain't even supposed to be on my list. Inconsistent quality, okay? Inconsistent quality. Maintaining consistent service quality across clients can be difficult, leading to client dissatisfaction and churn. And churn just means overturning, right? Customers leaving you over and over again, right? What can help you with that? Project management, right? Project management allows you to have a recipe for how each client is served, okay? Project management, you set up a template project that has all the steps that each client should go through, and you copy that template and you put your client's name on it, and now you have every step that the client should go through every time, okay? So your project management tools can help you with consistent quality, okay? All right. Pricing challenges. Setting the right pricing strategy can be tricky. Underpricing, overpricing. Guess who can help you with that? The research AI. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying Chat GPT so much because there are other research AIs. Those are in the blog. Okay, so any of the research AIs can help you with that, because some of y'all are just, excuse my language, pulling prices out your ass. Okay, stop doing that. All right, I need you to know, what are other people pricing? What is the industry pricing? I need you to know your clientele. What pricing can they hold? Right? Because some of y'all, I understand. Look, I charge your worth. I get it, but people might not pay your worth, because you're priceless. People can't pay enough for your worth. So stop saying that. You have to know your market. Okay. And sometimes if the people that you are charging a high price for don't want to pay it, then maybe those aren't your people. Go find the people that will. Okay. So either you're going to change the price for the people that you already have attracted, right? Or you're going to go find the people that will pay the price. Okay. So pricing research AI. Okay. Limited client base. Relying heavily on a small client base can be risky. Diversifying clients, revenue streams is crucial for stability. What I'm going to say about limited client base is it's really about your capacity, right? It's about your capacity. So there are AI tools out there that help you with timekeeping. Okay. I love Toggle. I think it's TOGGL. Okay. I love Toggle, but any timekeeper, and there are bots that are not bots. I shouldn't say bots. AI inside of some of your project management systems that will do timing of how long it's taking you to do stuff. If you don't know how long it takes you to do stuff and get people through their phases, you don't know what your capacity is. Okay. You need to know your capacity. Why? So that you can know how many people where you take their money and you can tell them when you'll be able to start on their project. Or you say, hey, let me get your deposit and I can tell you that we'll get started on your project in a month, but you have solidified your place, right? Some of y'all taking money and telling people you're going to start right now. You can't start all those people right now, right? Especially y'all without a team, and especially y'all with a small team. You have to know your capacity, okay? And capacity will help you to even build out your team. How do you know when you're growing? When you go over capacity, right? Got to know your capacity, all right? Inadequate marketing and sales, difficulty in reaching and converting potential clients due to ineffective marketing and sales strategies, okay? What I'm going to tell you is we gave y'all that on the awareness phase. Go back to the awareness phase. The awareness phase was all about marketing. There's so much AI in phase 1 of your client journey in this blog post. So go back to it. Okay. Scaling issues. Y'all don't have standard operating procedures. You can't scale if you don't have processes in place, if you don't have systems. Systems and processes allow you to scale. Okay. Guess who can write SOPs for y'all? Y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? Guess who can write SOPs for y'all? ChatGPT, my boyfriend, can write SOPs for y'all. Did y'all know ChatGPT can write SOPs? It can. So what Dr. LaFera was talking about earlier when she said now you can create AI within the AI, what she's saying is ChatGPT has released GPTs where you can have different basically ChatGPT does everything, right? But you can create mini ChatGPTs that are focused on one thing and use it like it's a team member, right? Or somebody that's doing one particular thing with one particular focus. I created one that does SOPs. I was going to show y'all, but ChatGPT from from my computer is not coming up right now. I don't know. I think y'all did something to my boyfriend. Did y'all lie on me? I don't know what happened, but he's not letting me in right now. Okay, I'm going to smooth it over with him later on, taking a dinner or something. I don't know. But I was going to show you my GPT for SOPs. So if you have the paid version of ChatGPT, you can now create on the 4.0 version a GPT of your own within ChatGPT. And all it is I have one that's specific to SOPs. Okay. I think they named it SOP Wizard. It gave it a little icon, a logo, right? And then it asked me questions about what did I want to make sure the protocols were for creating my SOPs, right? And then it said test it out. I went over there and tested it out. And then I recognized I needed to add some more protocols. So I added some more. And guess what? You can edit it. So if you're doing SOPs and you realize you need to tell it something else, tell it something else. Save. Now that's in there too. Okay. So SOPs, you have no excuses now. None. Okay. All right. Client management and handling. I think that's project management systems, time management. Time management. I'm going to tell you, I think that is a combination of your timekeepers and your calendars. Okay. We gave you one of those calendars, I think, earlier. I know that was calendar.ai that we gave, and calendar.ai is supposed to be intuitive. It's supposed to tell you things about your calendar, not just keep a calendar with appointments on it. So that can help you too. But time management, the problem with some of you is even when you start to manage your time to have more time to do stuff, you squirrel out during the time you didn't have to do something else. Okay. I don't know an AI that can help you with that. You need to help you with that. So go ahead and get it together. Okay. Competition. We're going into other areas, but lack of systems and processes. We already did that. So with this new information, Dr. Tachi, I would like for you to be the first one to speak on it. Do you see any value in how you can overcome some of these common obstacles with service-based businesses with the information that I've given you?
Yes.
Which one sticks out as most valuable for you?
Here's the thing, related to what you were talking about before too, but I forgot who brought it up, but the whole thing of creating mini GPTs, or I think that is really something that is standing out to me, because actually it's funny that we talk about this. This must have just been released because somebody just talked about this yesterday. And in terms of creating a resources for mental Black and Latino men's mental health. So he was just talking about this yesterday, and now here we are today. So yeah, I see that as tremendously helpful, especially something that can gauge where audiences are.
Yes. So it's crazy because ChatGPT is so hugely helpful with so many things, but sometimes because we know we got to kind of train it for every question that we ask, and then if you have the paid version, you can kind of have some training in there where it knows about you for any question. I don't even use that because I use it for different clients also. Excuse me. And even this morning show, right? And so I don't want to teach it about me when I'm not always talking about me. And people say, well, you can turn that on and off. Well, I'm 52. I ain't gonna remember turning it on and off. And I ain't got time to be getting results that's for me, and I wouldn't even talk about me. So I would rather tell it every time because it doesn't take me long to tell it what I need, right? So what I love about it though, y'all, and first of all, you're correct, Dr. Tachi, in that it did just release. So about 2 weeks ago is when they started rolling it out. Some of my AI gurus started talking about it. I checked mine and I didn't have it yet. So if you don't have it yet, it's coming. And then about a week later, I got it. And I instantly understood the implications that I could use it for. And it's funny because I'm not going to get into it too much because we're actually going to go into that next week because I want to teach you all about it. But the implication of it is, let me just go ahead and give y'all the heads up. Now you can, the problem with ChatGPT for most people is trash in, trash out. That is the biggest problem for most people. They don't know what they don't know. So when they venture over in areas they're not an expert in and they're asking questions, they don't know how to ask it in a way that truly solves the problem. That's why we are experts. That's why we get paid, right? And this is why AI cannot replace us. Again, like Heather said, there are nuances. ChatGPT is going to give you an answer to something that we would say, it depends, right? ChatGPT just giving you what it got. And so if you don't know any better, you just following that. But for us in our industry, It can help us with some of the menial parts of what we do, but it can also at least give us a starting point in other expertise, right? So not only do I use my GPTs to be like an SEO expert, right? I also created one each for my clients. Now I can feed you all the information about my clients, and I can go in there and ask you for strategies for this, and how do I solve this problem and that problem? Do y'all see how, I mean, it's limitless, right? It's limitless. So how you think as an expert in your industry, you can create a chat GPT that will help with what you do and help your people put it in there for your clients and solve problems for them. Right? And that's just not even all that it does. So yeah, it won't let me in. I'm trying to get in this mug, but it won't let me in. It won't let me in.
May I add something really quickly?
Please.
To the list.
Oh shit, it let me in, but go ahead, Dr.
There's one that I didn't see on the list. Do you know about Opus Clip?
I do. So it was not on the list. That would have been Monday, under awareness. I will tell you, I don't prefer Opus Clip over video.ai, vidyo.ai, because Opus Clip, you can't really edit, you can't add your logo, you can't add a progress. It's a lot that you can't do in Opus that you can do in video.ai.
I like video better too, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're right. Opus is one that was not on the list. We start talking about video and Shawana appears. It's almost like Candyman. Video. There's Shawana.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Okay. So I just kept trying and I kept trying, y'all. So let me show y'all a little something, because I actually did a training on this for some of my mastermind members on Monday. Because I saw the implications of the GPT and I wanted to share it with them, even though they may or may not have had it yet. Are y'all seeing Chat GPT on my screen?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Because I'd be having to make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Y'all know it could be anything, Pornhub, anything. But anyway, let's move on. So let me go to my regular Chat GPT. So this is the playground. This is the regular playground that you would see. Okay, mine looks different on the left side because I have a plugin. I have a Chrome extension that's called Chat GPT Folders. Okay. And so mine actually has where I can create folders and I can do a search. So yours may not look exactly like this, but these are my chats, right? So I change it to 4.0. So let me tell you the difference. 3.5 is faster. Okay, that's why they got the little lightning bolt. So if you just got some quick questions, you want some quick research or whatever, 3.5 will do it. 4.0 goes a little slower. Okay, because 4.0 is pulling from the internet, it's pulling from all kind of stuff, so it takes a little longer. 4.0 has DALL-E in it, which is almost like a Midjourney. All you do is ask it a question, and it creates a picture. I think I deleted the picture that I made in here because it wasn't for me, it was during my class, and it does analysis, so it takes a little longer. Okay, so it's doing DALL-E, it's browsing the internet, it can do analysis. Now it's not doing that with every chat, it's based on what you're asking. All right, now with 4.0 is where the GPTs come from. I have created 3 GPTs so far that y'all can see anyway. So I have a social savvy one that's going to help me with my social media content. I built it to do that. I have a YouTube SEO one that I put in specific parameters for to help me with my YouTube. Okay. And then I have some SOP wizard that I told y'all about. Okay. So basically, if I go into the SOP one, now keep in mind, it had its own parameters, and I, just being an operations person, added more parameters. But you can start with just the parameters they have and then update, okay? But if I go in here and say, create an SOP for taking long form video and creating short form reels using video.ai. Now, It's pulling from Bing, so it should know what video.ai is, right? So let me just hit that and let's see what happens. Look at that. In true SOP form, objective, scope, resources needed, procedure. Y'all see how it stops to think? It's pulling in from a lot of places, so it's a little slower. Look at that. So the one thing that's stopping y'all from doing SOPs is y'all don't know where to start, right? So now you know where to start. All you got to do now is you're not starting with a clean slate. You go in there and you add in stuff that you want to do, right? So for me, the first thing that stands out to me that, okay, now it's asking, hold on, because I was about to say something. Yeah, because see, I put in the protocol for it to ask what to put in Asana and who is supposed to do what, right? So it is adding in the extra protocols that I did because it didn't assign it to anybody. I need my stuff assigned to somebody, like who's going to do it, who's going to approve it, that type of stuff. Like, what is the process? And so because it's a process, it needs to go inside my Asana, right? But do you see how you don't have to have my knowledge base to at least get started with SOPs in your business, right? So that's my SOP wizard. You can create whatever GPT you want. Okay, so all you gotta do is come up here, click create GPT. It's gonna ask you what name, then it's gonna ask you what you want to make. So let's oh Lord, it's 9/7. Okay, let's just do this right quick. So we're gonna do let me see, marketing, copywriting. It's thinking. So while it's thinking, it says updating GPT. And I'm gonna tell you like this: if you don't have your business bested in this group, they need to fight you, is what I'm gonna say. In fact, I'm gonna run a contest about business besties. So hold tight, hold tight. Okay, here we go. Now it's gonna ask me, does that the name of it? Copycraft. Sure. Let's move on, but we don't care about that. Now it's gonna pick a picture. Because they don't want that to stay right there. It wants to give me a nice little dynamic icon / logo for this particular GPT. And I'm gonna tell you, take time for the picture because it seems like a small thing, but when you have a bunch of GPTs, you can recognize the one that you want more quickly from the picture that you assigned it. For example, if I could go back and show you the one for the YouTube one, they didn't have any red in it, and I associate red with YouTube. And so I knew that I might be wondering from the picture what that is. So I added to Ask Red. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, see, I like that. Yes, let's keep that. That's cute. All the color. So okay, so the third question that it asks you is, do you have any details, basically, that you wanted to draw from? This is where I pour all kind of stuff in it, okay? If you ever, my blog posts, some articles from enterprise.com, whatever, if you have any outside stuff of an expertise that you can give this to also draw from, on top of pulling from Bing, on top of pulling from what other people have put into ChatGPT, on top of other places that GPT, this is the time for you to put it in here, okay? Whatever you want to. So let me just see. Marketing, copywriting tips for 2024. Let's see if anybody is okay. Somebody doing something. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take all, well, I want to take all, God damn it, I hate these little, are you going to let me go through? Nope. Okay, we can't use them because all them damn pictures in the way. So let's use somebody else. Let's use you. Please don't have no bunch of pictures in the way. All right. You got pictures in the way? Jesus. What is these folks doing? Let's go here. Because I just need straight fun. Okay. I don't care about them little pictures. I just didn't need no big pictures in. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's just keep going. Let's hope that this turns out for the best. But all these pictures in the damn way is a problem. But hopefully ChatGPT can just pull from the words, because I'm tired of searching, and the morning is almost over. Okay, so I'm gonna pull in those 75 things, and I'm gonna say consider. No, I'm gonna say also use the following information for all results. Okay, I'm gonna put a open quote. I'm gonna add all that stuff. I'm gonna go to the end. I'm gonna put a close quote. Enter. Okay, so they put all 75 of those tips in there. Now my builder is updating to use this information. So this is the part where if you know you have particular protocols, you want to put them in there. Okay. You can even go to ChatGPT and ask it, hey, what are some things that I should be considering for copywriting? And what they said over there, bring it into your GPT specifically. Okay. Okay, it's updated. Now it's going to tell me to try it out. See? So now it's ready. It's giving me some prompts that I can start using it for. It's going to tell me to try it out. I can try it out and then add more things, or I can just say save. Now, this is the revolutionary part, y'all. This can be only for you. You can have it to where you can share a link with somebody else. Somebody else can use the GPT that you created based on the link. Okay? So my SOP GPT, I can send it to you with the link. Is that something you would like? Interesting, right? Or you can make it public. I don't want mine to be public. I'm only sharing mine with the link because this is what's coming. This is what you can foresee. People are going to start selling their GPTs, right? Because guess what? My SOP generator is going to be better than yours because SOPs are within my professional expertise. Remember trash in, trash out, right? So my version, which is expertise in, expertise out, is going to be more valuable than your version without my expertise. So now I can sell you my version. Do y'all see that? I'm going to stop sharing. So the implications of it are endless. And this is what's coming down the road, y'all. And you can always go back in and edit. As you learn things you want to give it, you can go back in and edit and make it even smarter. Okay? All right. Any questions? Any questions? I'm going to give y'all about 2 minutes.
Comment.
What you got, Dr. Tachi?
No, this was very helpful and very, very good. Thank you.
That was all the comments. Dr. Tachi.
You see, the times I'm being serious. No,
I mean, you didn't even do a big word I didn't know this time or nothing. That was surprisingly simple and short. Surprisingly.
Oh, I see.
But anything in that voice, though. Anything in that voice, the voice. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Shawana. So, Shawana, what you didn't hear was before you came in, when I was approving you, I was like, look at Shawana come in when we talking about video. All you got to do is she like Candyman. All you got to do is say video, 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 and Shawana appears.
Everywhere.
All right, y'all. All I'm going to say is this technology is for us. And if we're not using it, we're going to miss out. We're going to miss out, right? So, no questions? Good, because I'm tired. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's our final broadcast day. We're going to talk about offboarding. But next week, I'm going to teach you more about ChatGPT next week is what we're doing for next week, just to give you a heads up. And what I'm
sorry, I have to say this. So maybe you want to
got, Shawana?
Sooner than later. You know how you do those mid seasonal things? You may want to make this one of those things because of the research that you do and you're able to quickly show us. So, you know, you do those little special, come and join me behind the scenes. I'm just, hey, I don't know if anybody else will bite, but I'll bite. I'll buy that ticket. Okay. Thanks.
Hilarious. Look, you're welcome. That was a behind the scenes. There you go. You didn't even have to buy a ticket. But I went and dealt with my mastermind members. Look, shout out to Ashley, who was there present live. Look at him. But yeah, so that is usually part of programs and stuff. I just be giving y'all the sneak peek as being a part of this community, which is why I said this community is more impactful than some of the groups that y'all paying for. But I'm not going to keep digging in the eye with that one. Just, Keep that one on your brain. But we'll be back tomorrow. So any questions you have about any of the content from the blog, shaycannon.com/AI, anything we've discussed